the norm. One of the top young fighters in the world is Puerto Rican lightweight Miguel Cotto. Thus far, Cotto sports a record of 10-0 with 8 knockouts. He has displayed a menacing body attack which wears down his opponents, thus allowing him to open up his devastating attack to the head.
In my career, go in the right course, maybe take more time because the accident, but everything go on the right course.
While his career has taken off, Cotto is refusing to call himself a second coming of Felix Trinidad.
Lo considero bueno, ya que Felix fue tremendo peleador.
I think Felix Trinidad is one of the greatest fighters that we have in our country, but Felix Trinidad is Felix Trinidad and Miguel Cotto is Miguel Cotto.
Tonight, he faces a stiff test in Carlos Ramirez.
I think everything go already at this moment. I don't want to be too much, my career too fast. Just waiting for my moment, and at that time, I'm gonna take the opportunities and try to be a champion.
And Cotto is smart. He's not making any predictions about his career.
I never guarantee the knockout. I just fight round by round, and if I catch this guy with a good punch, then we're gonna have the knockout.
And it may not be long before Cotto rises to the top with a championship belt. And while fighters like Trinidad, Vargas, and De La Hoya find themselves at or near the end of the career, Cotto may be the young legend in the making that Latinos are looking for in the sport of boxing. Coming up here, we will have Cotto inside of the ring against Carlos Ramirez, our main event, when Tuesday Night Fights continues.
Combine your favorite recipes, your favorite...
Welcome back to Tuesday Night Fights from the Lucky Star Casino in Concho, Oklahoma. It is time for our main event. We've seen some sensational prospects early on. Now the big gun, Miguel Cotto against Carlos Ramirez. Our Miller High Life tale of the tape, the knockouts in recent activity. Miguel Cotto, the hot prospect, 6 consecutive knockouts. His opponent, Carlos Ramirez, who's 19-5 with 14 knockouts. They haven't come lately. 0 knockouts in his last 6 fights. Carlos Ramirez is confident that he will have his way against the heavily hyped Cotto. He's 5'6", 138 pounds from Monterrey, Mexico. He's 19-5 with 14 knockouts in the first 13 fights of his career. He scored 10 knockouts. They were all in Mexico. Now, check out his last 5. You see his power hasn't been there, but he has stepped up in class. He injured his right hand in that fight against Angel Manfredi, and he was unable to continue. That's the blemish that you see there when he was taken out by Manfredi. There is Miguel Cotto, weighed in at 140 pounds. He's just over that contracted 138 for this fight. Highly touted prospect. He's now 10-0, 8 knockouts. He says he doesn't feel or worry about the pressure and the hype. Pressure, something his opponents have felt recently. Cotto's last 5, we told you, all knockout wins, including an impressive blasting of former title challenger Justin Juco. That was this June in Vegas. Miguel Cotto, he is on that road, Scott. Not necessarily the quickest track to a championship, but he's taking steady steps.
He's doing the right thing. He's fighting good competition. I'm anxious to see how he's stepped up since his amateur days.
The referee for this scheduled 10-rounder is Gary Ritter.
Seconds, boxers.
Gary looks familiar. His twin brother Gerald was with us earlier.
Big clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Let's have a good one.
Miguel Cotto ready for action. This will be his 11th fight as a pro, 10-0. Carlos Ramirez, Scott, is he remotely capable of backing up his comment that I will fight my style and look to find an early knockout against Cotto?
Well, you know, they say talk is cheap. We're going to find out when the bell rings.
It may cost him something here against Cotto.
Feel each other out, see what they got.
Cotto has that huge left hook that he snaps off at his opponents.
He puts a lot of weight on his left foot. I can see that where that power would come from. Ramirez being very cautious, not getting careless early.
Not exactly going to his pre-stated plan.
He has not hardly thrown a punch so far. At any kind of a movement by Cotto, and he is gone. And that's why they make corners in this ring. Eventually you get trapped.
Getting trapped against that power of Miguel Cotto is a place that Ramirez does not want to be.
Cotto thrown a combination there, but nothing really solid landed to the body or the head.
There's that left hand, Scott.
Little choppy left hook there, and didn't catch him real clean, but it caught him. You have a tendency to reach out with your right glove as someone comes forward. When you do, you guy can sneak in that left hook behind it. Got to keep those hands alongside your head. Try and block those hooks. Definitely a feeling out round here.
Cotto just one first-round knockout so far in his young pro career.
Wants to size this guy up, find the range.
First round in the books between Ramirez and the Puerto Rican prospect Miguel Cotto. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Fights. From the big hits to the big serves, the biggest stars of the Tennis Master Series right here on ESPN2 at 10 o'clock tonight when we are finished here from Concho, Oklahoma. For more on the Tennis Master Series, you can log on to ESPN.com. Miguel Cotto, the big punching prospect from Puerto Rico. Carlos Ramirez said he felt confident heading into this matchup, felt confident that he could actually take out Cotto. The punches in round one, Ramirez extraordinarily cautious, 54-10, a big edge in activity for Cotto.
No question, Ramirez was very cheap with his punches that time. He needs to let those hands go if he expects to get a knockout. I like the way Cotto feints and moves the guy back, never letting him get set, and that's important. If they're set, they can tag you.
These are interesting days for Miguel Cotto, proving his worth as a hot prospect in the boxing biz. It was just last year, last August of 2001, he suffered a brutal car crash down in his native Puerto Rico, fell asleep at the wheel, had to have surgery. There's still a steel rod in his arm. He legitimately thought his career was in jeopardy. Now here we are, the summer of 2002. He's right back on track.
He's caught Ramirez with a couple punches. Doesn't seem to affect him.